G'day listeners, you are talking Big V Basketball is the pre-seed podcast for 2023. We are talking all things Victorian Youth Championship women today. You have Ted West here, and to my left is Mark Jeffers. Mark, how are you, mate?
Yeah, really good, thanks, Ted. Certainly really excited on the eve of the season. I expect the VYC women will once again be one of the most exciting divisions that we got.
Absolutely, always is. There's a lot of integration there. There's a lot of players that move up and down from into the NBL 1 teams, into their champ teams as well. So we expect to see a lot more of that again. You know, with Frankson moving up into this team now, there's different conference splits. There's a grading process, which we'll touch on in a minute. But, I mean, we immediately got to talk about Keilor.
Yeah, the reigning champs. I think the expectation here is they're going to be thereabouts again. They were just such a well-rounded team. They had different players step up on any different night. However, new coach,
Yeah.
which will lead to a sort of potentially a different playing style.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I agree. It's going to be different. I think, you know, with some of these players that have gone to college as well, they're not going to be there at the start of the year. So Liam McKenzie's gone, Bella Peterson's gone. I think Grace Graham's gone as well to college. So it might be on the heels of Jazz Solon to sort of hold him in good stead until those girls come back. Having said that, she might be playing NBL 1 as well.
Yeah, it's such an unknown, isn't it? We in the youth league competition, the team can change so much year to year. But hopefully, as those girls return, Keilor will no doubt make a big run for finals again.
Absolutely. Now we have the MVP, Emma Pov. She's moving into their champ women's team at Hume. It's going to be interesting to see who this new MVP candidate is. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, well, I think firstly, let's touch on the fact that well done to Hume for transitioning Emma into that senior team. I'm sure she's going to go really well in their senior team. And that's sort of what we like to see. These VYC players, do a great job in our competition, but then go on into different divisions and bigger and better things as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it'd be super impressive to see how she goes. But we're still talking youth league. We're talking Frankson entering this league. They were dominant in Youth 1 women. We probably expect the same here as well.
Yeah, and they had a lot of girls who were sort of that NBL 1 ready as well in terms of Eliana Bravington.
Yeah.
She absolutely commanded the paint at Youth League 1 level. Whether she'll have as much of an impact as she goes to VYC, I sort of expect it.
I think so too. And we talk about rebounds, winning games and winning that rebound count, getting on the offensive glass and being dominant there. That's where she really holds her own.
Yeah, and they've got that many pieces around her as well. So she's not relied on to score 20 points every single game. But they've got others who can step up. She'll get them involved on the kickouts. I think they're going to. I expect them to be there pushing for finals.
Yeah, I agree. And it's going to be interesting where these conference splits. We got a little bit different. It changes every year. You know, we've got some teams that sort of struggled towards the end of the season now, moving and versing some different teams now twice. So it's going to be curious.
Always makes it interesting from season to season, doesn't it? The conference split, obviously based evenly based on their results from the previous year. So fairly good indication that it will be a balanced conference split. What do you make for the? Who do you make as a potential star player that you'd expect, Ted?
Look, I think Cara Webb from Casey is going to be one to look out for. I think she was very dominant. I think Annie Collins from Ballarat as well. You could also say there's a few more players from Ballarat who are going to be dominant. You had Gemma Moore, who had a very, very nice 20s campaign just recently. So I would expect her. She is young. She is filtering into this team quite recently. So I expect her to be continuing to develop her game. But she'll be someone to look out for sure.
Fantastic. And let's talk through this grading process. So in 2024, the Youth League, it won't just be a strict promotion relegation anymore. We are going to be implementing a grading process so that those bottom 4 teams of VYC women will go into a playoff in early February of 2024 against the top 4 teams from Youth League 1. Potential more association movement. It makes for a better balanced division across the year. So, certainly exciting, certainly something for coaches to be mindful of.
Yeah, no, great way to ramp up the year as well, doing that nice and early. I think it'd be super good.
All right. Well, thanks for that, Ted. That was always good to catch up and talk VYC women.
Absolutely. You're on the Big V Podcast 2023. Keep it locked. We'll see you soon.